Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing some printmaking. Now during January I tend to do a bit of a clear out in my art studio just to get rid of any excess bits of paper or anything that I don't need anymore or anything that I've rediscovered and go, oh, actually that might be quite a cool idea to try out. This is what basically this video is today. This is a printmaking board that I made back in university in my first year, so I think that was like 2015 I think it was. And basically it's a bit of mount board with some bits of paper and paint, dried paint. I scratched some bits into it, I dug out some little bits, but it creates a really nice printed piece. This has been varnished, so it should be fine with what I'm about to do today. So I'm going to be using my water-based printing ink, which is this one. Because it is water-based, it can wipe off quite easily as long as you use water on top of it. The only thing that might hold against it is that I normally use oil-based printing inks for mount boards. Why not just give it a try today, because that's the whole point of experimentation and having an idea. I am going to be using the cartridge paper from Artway. I have used this throughout my, well, ever since I first discovered it a few years ago, just because of the quality and the standard that it has. So I'm just going to drop some points onto here. I have got like a little brush that I'm going to make sure I get into all the nooks and crannies, because when you do apply oil-based printmaking agents, you kind of have to rub it around into circles to get it into all the nooks and crannies, because a roller won't normally do that because it's all lumpy and a bit weird. So that's what we're going to do. I will be wetting my paper as well because I want to make sure I can get as much of the ink out as possible. I don't know how much is going to be enough. Probably not enough, but I just want to see. Ideally with like a sponge or something to rub it in. I don't think that's actually going to work very well. Try. See if this brush might work. Okay, that's all it does. So you kind of just go in circular motions. Ideally you'd want a bit of used cloth or something, because these brush marks might end up being left over. I will be trying this a couple more times because I like the idea of doing a mount board and then doing textures for it, just because it's a bit more predictable than just adding it onto a perspex board. I think I might add some water as well, because obviously this is water based and it can thin it out and also make it go a bit further. I don't know why, but someone's decided to do some housework. I'm doing this at the same time. I swear every time I turn on the camera something's happening. Either people taking the bins out or so and so. So yeah, so that's got a bit looser. It has become a bit flicky, so I will use this bit of paper for the back, but to prevent any more, I'm just going to take this off. So if any of you have joined me on my channel for a while, you know I have mentioned about having different printmaking colours. I did order some. They still haven't arrived, so I've had to cancel them. I'm just probably going to have to go into an art store and get them myself. They are going to be a bit more expensive, but I suppose that's the good thing about being partly self-employed. So I can claim it against expenses. It also means I get a bit of fun. Just going to put a bit more of this on. And I want to make sure I get all the features, so when it does go onto the paper, it's not going to be all, what's the word for it, watered down. And what's nice about it, you can already see kind of the patterns that are going to appear on the mount board. It's a really simple idea as well, because all you got to do is the mount board is the same stuff you get in like a picture frame. So if you can find that, I think you can find like an A3 or 2 for a couple of quid. You just chop it up into A4s. So it's like 4 pieces. Just use masking tape and then paint anything that creates texture on top of it. I could probably do some on my channel actually, because it's a really fun technique. Because one, you don't necessarily know if all of it's going to pop up on the print. Because when I last did this print, I had a proper printing press. Well, I didn't. The university had a proper printing press. And I actually remember the same day, because it was actually the same day that was the first time I was going up to Liverpool for the first time for my university, because my other half lives up there, or lived up there. I currently live up here somewhere up north. I'm hoping we're going to get 2 prints out of it. So you get the first print, which is a nice crystal clear print, which I will still saturate the paper for, and then the second print I'll be probably saturating the paper a bit more, because when I obviously saturate the paper, I put it in between a towel and just dampen down any excess, just to make sure that it's not going to be absolutely drenched. Whereas the second time around, you just kind of tap it very quickly and pop it in, and you kind of do have like little bits of pools of water. But just make sure, that is so bad, such bad grammar. That just makes sure that it comes off the paper more, because the water is saturated in water, it's easier to bend and it's flexible, and it gets into all the little nooks and crannies. So I'm going to quickly go wet my paper. I'll be back. Ideally, you would want a printing press for this process, but this is more of an at-home method, and as some of you know, if you followed me for a while, I try not to spend money where I can find alternative ways, because I don't believe in spending loads of money just to get like the professional items, because it is professional, and I don't think art, it has to be professional. It's very much what you take from it rather than what you put into it sometimes. So that's the piece of paper. That is the print. It has got a bit, it has dried out a little bit whilst in the time I've been wetting my paper, which is a good thing, because it was very fluid before. So we're just going to turn this over. And we're just going to press into the paper. If you do have a rolling pin, that's probably better. Excuse me. You can see the lines where it's rolled into the printing press. I wonder if this is going to come out all black and blocky. But then again, we still have another shot, because I can always put it to one side, and when I get my other printing covers, I do have my water bottle, so I can use that to roll in. Add a bit more pressure. I'm just going to peel it off. Okay, unfortunately it didn't print off the middle bit, but it's much more of a negative space version, but I still quite like it actually. It looks like, you know, when you look at an old map and it's like the contours, kind of like a gaming map, but I still have plenty of ink left on the board, so I'll show you it quickly. So I can definitely get another print out of it, and it also means all these wonderful little lines in that will hopefully be able to go onto that paper, as well as this being the excess. You can obviously get rid of the excess before you print, but I prefer to use it because obviously art materials aren't cheap, and I just try and get everything out of everything. But definitely a successful print. I will give that print another go on my next on my next video. I'm really liking all these little vein bits, and because it's so contrasting and there was an influence of the water, it has definitely imprinted a really nice effect onto this piece of paper. So yeah, Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please do check out more videos on my channel if you'd like to see them. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this, and anything you want to suggest or mention or comment, please leave a comment down in the comment section below if you have any questions as well. If you've seen anything on my channel that you'd like and you'd like to see more, there are social media links in the description box as well. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!